definitely getting better. I'm liking it. There's probably going to be some spoilers in this, although not, depending on which books you've read, whether you've read the books or not, because they spoiled a major plot point in this that you only really find out at the end of the second book. Bit interesting that they did that, but I like it. Okay, well let's back up a bit. This one is more about Lyra with the Egyptians and everything like that, which is great. I mean, I really like the Egyptians, and I'm actually reading The Secret Commonwealth at the moment. There's a lot of Egyptians in that as well. Well, not a lot, but there's a bit of Egyptian story at the moment. So it's nice for the main character to be with the Egyptians for a bit. And so it's nice to finally get there. Lyra is now off to the north, so we've got that to look forward to next week. But I kind of want to go into the major difference that they've made. Right, so okay, spoilers for The Subtle Knife. The character that is introduced in Subtle Knife, Will Parry, he's got a father, but he thinks his father's died. We've also got another character in Northern Lights that we've never met, called Grumman. We think Grumman's died. Now they're both alive, and they're both the same person. We find that out in this episode. This episode, the third episode. I don't know what they were thinking when they were doing that. I think what we're doing is we're developing the bad guy a bit more. I mean, Lord Boyle, he wasn't really in the Northern Lights at all. He was for a couple of scenes, and that's about it. But he's like, you know, one of the main bad guys in The Subtle Knife, and so they're kind of developing his character a bit, kind of developing a bit more of the mystery there. Yes, you had the mystery in the books, but it was only a mystery because you really didn't know what was going on. It just wasn't there. You knew certain things were happening, but I have a feeling they're gonna, because this is a television series, and of course it's gonna go smoothly into the next season, which presumably is going to be The Subtle Knife. I believe they're going to develop it in such a way that they're going to interweave the stories a little bit, because that's one of the things you have about The Subtle Knife is it starts off with Will's story. It's set in our world. It almost feels like it's a brand new book, which yes, of course it is, a brand new story then, whereas this is all under the umbrella of one series, so it looks like they're going to get into that a bit more, possibly get into a bit of the reason why these people break into Will's house and things like that. So I think that's where they're going to go, and just have a bit more of a developed mystery there, rather than just mystery only because you don't know there's something going on. That's the definition of mystery, really. I hope you understand what I'm going on about. But I think that's the direction they're going with, and I like it because it's essentially giving us a bit more of the world and setting up plot points that are going to come along later, and so it won't seem so sudden when they do come in. Like I said last week, you know, the appearance of the portals, windows they call them, don't they? The appearance of the windows in The Subtle Knife is pretty much all of a sudden thing that you never really built up to in Northern Lights. In Northern Lights it was just that one window in the sky to this other world, and all of a sudden you've got windows all over the place and a way to create them. So I think they're building up a bit of a mystery about, you know, these windows are here, what's going on, where they come from. You've got that in about, you know, 50 pages in The Subtle Knife. Well, no, probably not that, but a bit more than that. And then you know exactly how it stands. So I think they're just building that up a bit more. I think Daphne Keen's a lot better in this. There's a bit more for her to do. I mean, last week some of her acting was a bit iffy, but I think in this she does a good job when she finds out Mrs. Coulter is her mother, and you got that scene between her and Mark Oster, and I think that's lovely. I think that's a fantastic scene. Very, very well done. I don't really have anything bad to say about it like that now. As I say, rocky first episode, but the last two have been very good. going to be meeting Lee Scoresby and Yorick Burnison next week, so that would be good. Can't wait for that.